Peace, everyone, peace. I'm back at it again. Take 3. I got 2 phone calls to the last videos, but I put my phone on silent mode now. That's the devil for you, right? No, just like chill. I don't blame the devil for my issues. I take accountability. But with that being said, though, how's it going? Hope everyone's doing well today. And today, I'm going to be talking about the paradigm. I'm going to go more in depth about the paradigm and how changing your paradigm, altering your paradigm, will ultimately change your future. So first, what is a paradigm? A paradigm is nothing more than a bunch of fixed ideas. And those fixed ideas are what we commonly call habits. Habits are, or an habitual, a multitude of habits is a paradigm. It's what we call a paradigm. A paradigm is a multitude of habits, and a multitude of habits is nothing more than a bunch of fixed ideas that we got from other people, not ourselves. Our paradigm, it's programmed into our system as we were infants. It was programmed in because as we were kids, we were being programmed up until a certain age. That certain age is when we became self-aware, and therefore, when we become more self-aware, we then realize that, hey, I have power to change I have power too. You know what I'm saying? Not in the sense of I'm powerful and I want to dominion over other people and have people live in servitude. That kind of power, but I have the power to change and alter my own reality. You know what I'm saying? And when you think like that, that definitely changes your own perspective about what you do and what you attract in your life. You know what I'm saying? The paradigm is linked to the secret, which is the law of attraction. The law of attraction is the secret to life, right? As Tony Robbins once said, the secret to living is giving. And once you learn that you get what you give. In other words, you know what I'm saying? You get what you give. So we must understand that the rewards that you receive in life will always be in direct proportion to what you give, your service, your contribution, your distribution, right? And once you realize that, it will put you in a different point of view, right? Because you're now looking at something at which you've never seen before. And as a wise man once told me, a man's mind, once you stretch a man's or a person's mind, I don't want to be sexist here, but when you stretch a person's mind from old experiences to a new, that person will never go back to how they used to be. You know what I'm saying? In other words, change is the only thing constant. Nothing is permanent. And this goes into the law of rhythm. But with that being said, though, the paradigm is going to help you magnetize wealth, health, and happiness, right? The paradigm is vitally important because, again, in order to shape your future, in order to change the results in your life, in order to adapt effectively to change, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm. You have to. It's by law, right? And when I say law, I mean regulation. You see, if you are unaware of what I'm talking about, that means you don't understand, and therefore you lack awareness. But I'm here to give you understanding. I'm here to give you awareness, right? So with that being said, in other words, I'm here to give clarity about what I really mean, you know? So, going back, give me 1 second. So going back into what I was saying, so the paradigm is vitally important, right? It is literally the program that it's the thing that is in our mind that is programming us on a day-to-day basis. And as I said in one of my last posts, if you're not programming yourself, someone else is programming you. If you're not writing your own story, someone else is writing it. If you're not speaking for yourself, if you're acquiescing, someone's going to speak for you, and you're not going to be able to live your life. Someone else is going to control your life. You're going to be basically like an automaton, a robot, right? You're going to be a zombie, right? The idea here is to enkindle your kundalini, to evoke your consciousness, to evoke your highest self. In other words, to inspire you to call upon your greatest self, because the idea is to become our greatest versions, right? So, with that being said, going into the law of polarity states that no matter how thin you slice it, there are 2 sides to it. Yes, I got 2 hands, but hold on. Let's say I have like a piece of bread, right? No matter how thin you slice that piece of bread, there are still 2 sides to it. Yes, there may be one coin, but there are two sides to each coin. With that being said, understand this, that the opposite of ignorance is knowledge, and the opposite of knowledge is ignorance. Now, the cause of fear, the cause of false evidence appearing real, is ignorance. Ignorance leads to doubt and worry in the conscious mind. You know, right? So, ignorance manifests into the conscious mind as doubt and worry. Worry is nothing more than a waste of imagination. And when you worry about your future, when you're in the present moment worrying about your future, you're doing nothing more than attracting what you don't want. We become what we consistently think about. We must understand that. We must get a grip to that. You know what I'm saying? So it'll also manifest into doubt, which is self-limitation. We're limiting ourselves, right? So ignorance manifests into our conscious mind as doubt and worry, and it'll manifest into the subconscious mind as fear. Now, when you're worried, you're suppressing yourself. When you're doubting yourself, you're suppressing yourself, right? And that manifests into the body as suppression. You're not going to express yourself when you're doubting. You're not going to express yourself when you're worried. You're going to suppress yourself, right? And when you suppress yourself, that is going to lead to depression. Depression is anger turned against us, but it's also it's nothing more, as Jim Carrey said, it's nothing more than your avatar wanting to be another character. You see, when you're depressed, you don't need a change of environment, although that will benefit, right? You don't need a change of environment. You need a change you need to change your thinking. You got to change your thinking first before you can do anything outside of yourself, right? With that being said, that depression will then manifest into dis-ease. Now you're uncomfortable. You're eating the wrong foods. You have bad habits. Now you're really uncomfortable. You're hurting, right? And then after dis-ease, that goes into disintegration, and you're practically falling apart and rotting and dying. But if you chose to understand, only then will you ever know anything, because the only time you can know anything is by understanding it. How do you develop understanding? You develop understanding by attracting awareness. But how do you attract awareness? Through studying. The only way you can understand anything, the only way you can develop a greater awareness is by studying, by researching, experimenting, right? When you start to study, that will build into faith, that will turn into faith. We must understand that without faith, everything will be certain. Life is a mystery, and when you take away faith, everything will be certain. Faith works best in the unknown. Right? If you knew everything, you wouldn't need faith. You wouldn't need innovation. You wouldn't need creation, because you know it already. But we must understand that creation thrives in the unknown. Ideas are born in isolation by ourselves. Right? We must understand that faith is something that's accumulated. Like success. Success is cumulative in its results, just like faith. Faith and fear both require you to look at the unknown and still believe it. Faith is just like fear. They come from the same energy. They come from the same source. But it's all about how you interpret it. It's all about what you let guide you. Let love guide you, not fear. Because the universe only reveals the secrets to those who dare to follow their heart. With that being said, once you have faith, that will then manifest, when you have faith, I'm going to slash it because I like to slash. When you have faith, that accumulates to reason, right? And when you have a reason, when you know your why, you can bear any how, right? When you know your why, you can bear any how. And we must understand, when you try to discover, okay, what do I want? How much money do I want? Don't worry about why you can't have it. Only focus on how you can get it. One more time, because they may go over some heads. Don't focus on why you can't get it. Only focus on how you can get it, or how you're going to do it. Right? Because once you make a decision to be successful, all you got to do is take action. And then when you start taking action, make sure you're executing. Make sure you're finishing what you're doing. Execute everything. Because everyone has ideas, but only a few execute. With that being said, understand this. Faith will then manifest into the body as expressive. When you have faith in someone, when you have faith in your humanity, when you have faith in yourself, you start to express yourself. You become more open. you become more open-minded. You become more accepting about what is, not how things should be. You see, my philosophy is not about what should be. It's about what is. What is philosophy? What is marijuana? What is LSD? What are these things? What is money? What is consciousness, right? What is the nature of not reality? When you start asking what is, you attract the answer. Because you only ask the question because the answer is searching for you. What you seek is seeking you. Knock and you shall find. Seek and you shall seek. Excuse me. Knock and the door shall be open unto you. Seek and you shall find. And ask and you shall receive. With that being said, when you're actually expressing yourself, that will put you at ease. Excuse me. When you're actually expressing yourself, that's how you can tell that you're well-being. You can tell when someone's being is well, when they're expressing themselves in a healthy way, they're doing what they love, they're happy. You know what I'm saying? They're not being assholes, they're not greedy, they're sharing, right? When your being is well, you then accelerate. And when you're accelerating in your life, when you're advancing in your life, when your life is increasing, that'll put you at ease. Like, oh, fine. I can relax. I can relax. I'd rather be at ease than be feeling dis-ease. Dis-ease actually manifests into our small and large intestines, because that's where the mucus is. Right? You get rid of the mucus, you get rid of the disease, period. So that's why health is wealth. 7-day vegan challenge. If you don't want to be a vegan, 7-day pescatarian challenge. Just make sure that you're eating the right foods. Health is ultimately wealth, right? But to clear things up, if you eat dead things, you absorb fear. Because think about it, when you're killing animals and you're eating them, the last thing that they're thinking about, you're eating. Because if someone were to put you in a butcher and do that to you, they're going to be eating the same thing that you were thinking. You know, it's literally a perpetual transmutation of energy. That's by law. If you're eating junk food, you're going to feel like shit. You're going to feel like junk. And if you're eating live alkaline food, you're going to feel better than how you ever felt. The cure is in the food, not the medicine. The medicine treats the symptom. When someone else makes you angry, that they are the symptom. You are the cause. You are the cure. You are the answer. All the power is within you, Dorothy. All the power is within you, Dorothy. That's all you have to know. If you ever seen The Wizard of Oz, the power has always been with you, Dorothy. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, when you're accelerating, when you're advancing in your life, that'll put you in alignment with creation. When you're at ease, when you're comfortable, when you're relaxed, you can create more authentic and genuine things. Now, we must understand that you have to get out of your uncomfort zone sometimes. Sometimes you have to be dissatisfied. Sometimes you have to go through the negative. Why? Because adversity is what makes a man great. All you have to do is decide to be good. Again, one more time. Adversity is what makes a man great. All you have to do is decide to be successful. Decide to be good at what you do. And decide that today is the day you're going to take action. Because it's all in action, and that's by law. What I mean by law is regulation. Think about it like this. If you're regularly waking up, not brushing your teeth, not washing your face, so on and so forth, if you're doing this on a regular basis, why do you think you feel like shit? Why do you think you feel like crap? Because you're not taking care of yourself. It's all self-care. Self-care equals self-love. And when you have self-love, you attract nothing more than that. I'm not no saint. At the same time, though, I do realize how important self-care is. And with that being said, I just took you down how the paradigm works. I don't have an image of it. It's in my last videos, and I'll make more images of it later. You know what I'm saying? But I really want to get in depth about how the paradigm works in this video. Now that we understand how the paradigm works, now that we know the law of polarity and how ignorance is the opposite of knowledge and knowledge is the opposite of ignorance, knowledge, the greatest source of knowledge is experience. And when you have experience, that will then develop into wisdom. I'm a philosopher. I'm a lover of wisdom, right? And I have the love of wisdom because I love philosophia, which means the love of wisdom. I have philosophia, which means I have the love of wisdom. Right? So with that being said, understand this: as a philosopher, as a psychologist, as a Thounder to Merge, which is a miracle worker or holistic healer, a wonder worker, right? I practice theurgy. I do God's work. This is light work. This is literally light magic, not dark magic, but light magic. I'm doing God's work. I'm creating every single day. I'm expressing myself every single day. I'm expanding every single day. I am giving as much value as I can every single day. Right? We are blessed with 6 mental faculties, and the thing is, 2% of people are thinking. 3% of people think they're thinking, and about 95% of the population or the people. So how about this? Out of 100 people, only 2 are thinking. 3 of them think they're thinking, and the rest of the 99 people, they would rather die than think. The issue today with people is that we simply don't think. We don't understand that our body is a massive energy, and it functions on frequencies. Your frequency is what you frequently see, right? You literally attract what you are vibrating at. You attract what you are vibrating at, right? We must understand that life it can be much more easier if you understood that. Once you understand perception, will, imagination, intuition, memory, right, reason, when you start to understand how these things work in an inductive way, not a deductive way, although deductive, nothing's wrong with being deductive, but you also have to be inductive as well, right? Because it's about innovation, not invention. And if you're always destroying yourself, you'll never be able to build yourself. Never. It's called self-sabotage. You don't want to do that. Be careful about how you talk to yourself, because self-talk is basically talking to the universe. So you don't want to disrespect yourself, you don't want to doubt yourself, and you don't want to worry about yourself. Your affirmations are vitally important. If you say, I am an idiot, you turn into an idiot. If you say, I am successful, you become successful. I am prosperous. These are 5 affirmations that I do every day. I am prosperous. I am successful. I am improving. I am grateful for being alive. I am a millionaire. I am a billionaire. Right? Now, of course, you see these holes in my shirt. Of course, you see the Dragon Ball Z, you know what I'm saying? These slacky pants. Don't judge me by appearance, because to speak truth, regardless of appearance, is laborious. In other words, don't judge a book by its cover. And also, do not mistake intelligence and schooling for education and learning. Because you can learn anything for free. You can learn anything. You can be educated on anything. It's all about how you listen. You hear with your ears, you listen with your heart. So it's all about how you listen. Right? Educating the mind without educating the heart is not education at all. It's not. All you're doing is feeding your ego. That's it. College is nothing more than a place where if you want to do your chores right and party. You don't go to college to learn. You learn anywhere. With that being said, y'all stay healthy, drink plenty of water, and remember that you matter. Peace.
You got a lighter?